guitar enthusiasts. I am your host, Sarah James, and today we turn our attention to a delightful and very unique instrument, the 1955 Gibson ES-140 three-quarter hollow body electric guitar. Let's get into it. This guitar is a charming piece of Gibson's history, known for its compact size, distinctive sound, and elegant design. The Gibson ES-140 was introduced in the early 1950s, primarily aimed at students and players with smaller hands. With a three-quarter scale length, this guitar measures only about 22 3/4 inches, making it significantly shorter than standard models. The smaller body, typically constructed from laminated maple, retains the classic archtop hollow body design that Gibson is famous for. This makes the ES-140 not just a perfect travel companion, but also an excellent choice for younger players or those seeking a more manageable instrument. The sound of the ES-140 is surprisingly rich and full given its size. The maple body and archtop produce this warm, resonant tone with a bright attack. It's well suited for jazz, blues, and early rock and roll genres where clarity and warmth are prized. The hollow body design also gives it a nice acoustic resonance when played unplugged, making it versatile for practice or intimate settings or in studio work. Electronics play a crucial role in this guitar's sound. The 55 model features a single P90 pickup in the neck position. The P90, as you know, is known for its punchy, clear sound with plenty of mid-range growl. It offers a versatile tonal palette capable of smooth, jazzy cleans as well as those gritty, overdriven blues if desired. Despite its scaled-down dimensions, this guitar offers the full tonal richness and build quality you would expect from Gibson. Today we've got guitar aficionado and fellow curator, my friend Jay Poole, to demo and chat about this incredible guitar.
Hi, Sarah.
Hey, thanks so much. What a great demo.
Well, I thank you. You're too kind.
Yeah. What do you think about this little guy?
Well, so when we first talked about it and Alex said, hey, it's going to be an ES-140, I said, I'm not familiar with it. So I did a little bit of research and said, wow, it's a three-quarter size guitar. I was a little nervous because I'm like, I haven't played a three-quarter scale guitar, and said, let's just come in here and wing it and see what happens. But it's beautiful.
And you got so many different tones out of it.
You know, you kind of had to back in the day.
We played straight through the amp.
That's
it.
No
pedals, no effects at all. That was the guitar straight through. Well, it looks good on you.
Oh, thank you. Well, that's the other nice thing about a three-quarter size guitar. I look like I'm 6'5", with giant hands, and no, it's just a...
One of the things that really impresses me about this guitar is its build quality.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was designed and built for students, but you made a comment earlier about the sturdiness of the guitar.
It's just, the setup is beautiful. The P90 pickup is what they put on Les Paul Juniors, which are revered. So just moving it to the front, a one pickup guitar, volume tone, it really makes you work.
Yeah.
But it's surprisingly easy to play. Again, I wasn't sure what to expect with a three-quarter scale, but once I got used to it a little bit, it's super fun.
You had fun with it before we started in an unplugged setting. How was that?
Oh, it's awesome. It's a beautiful guitar.
Yeah.
And again, I've been playing for a long time. So for you guys to come at me with a guitar that I'd never played or wasn't even familiar with is, well,
we
kudos.
tried to trick you.
Kudos.
So Jay, I learned something about you that I didn't know, that you are an avid guitar collector. And tell me about that.
Well, I'm not sure I'm a collector, Sarah. I
Yeah.
think it's just like I've been playing for so long and I've accumulated guitars, and because I've been doing it for a while, I got them before they were actually collector guitars. So a lot of my guitars, I've just had forever. Got them before there was a big collector craze. But I've always loved older instruments. I love that there's, not to be too mysterious, but there's always a mojo inside a guitar.
Absolutely.
There's a spirit or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you pick up a new guitar and it's like, hey, what comes out of it?
I totally agree. I've had the same experience.
And it's fun. I have some guitars that are great. I tend to just buy them, and if I hang on to them, it's because they sound really good, and I try to make sure I use them all. We were joking around earlier. It's like the hardest thing is what do you do with the cases? So not a tough problem
Storage
to have.
unit,
but
right?
Yeah, there you go. But no, just the spirit that is in some of these old instruments is amazing.
Don't you feel like you're just kind of drawn to them,
Certain
or they're
ones.
drawn to you?
Absolutely.
I feel like sometimes I have the same attitude. I don't collect. I curate.
That's a better way to put it.
Come to me, and my role is to care for them, because they will move on to somewhere else, somebody else. And I have the joy of having them and taking care of them.
And putting your mojo into them for the next player.
That's true. That's right. Yeah. But you're absolutely right. I pick up a guitar like from Waylon Jennings or Steve Earle. I got, ooh, there's something in here that just, it's embedded in the molecular structure of the guitar itself, that a spiritual thing. Not to get real woo-woo, but I think it's true.
And sometimes I got an old Firebird and picked it up, and it was pretty, it was structurally fine. So when I'm getting a guitar, it's got to be structurally fine. I'm not real keen on refinishes. And I picked up this Firebird, and the song just came out of it.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, well, okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't really write that, but thanks for
What year was it?
64.
Still have it?
Yeah, I do.
64 Firebird.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Leonard Skinner kind of thing came out of it. It was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
All right.
I think I'll hang on to it.
I hear what you're saying.
But back to your point, we're just curators, and it's an honor and a privilege to actually be able to play some of these guitars.
How do you pick a guitar for a gig? I mean, I assume that you use them for performances.
I actually don't use most of my vintage guitars for gigs, mainly because of the places I gig. If it's a really nice venue, I might bring some of them out. But I have just a parts Stratocaster that I've kind of put together over the years, and I know the guitar, I know all the tones, and it's pretty versatile. And if it falls off the stage or edge of the bar stool, it's going to be fine.
Or somebody trips over it.
Yeah. Once in a while, I'll bring them out, but for the most part, I've got one or two player grade guitars that
or they'll walk away.
Yeah, I've heard that happening on a couple of occasions.
That ever happened to you? You ever have one disappear?
Yes and no. But it was my own fault. I had a 62 Jazzmaster that I'd had since forever. Wow. And I bought it in parts and pieces and put it together. And a 74 Strat, and I left them in my car, and I went to the gym, and I left my keys in the locker, and I didn't lock the locker. I came out, I was like, hey, where's my car? And my car was gone. So I got the car back, bummer, did not get the guitars back.
Oh, gosh.
And the Jazzmaster was kind of like my go-to at the time.
Yeah.
So I learned a lesson there. Kids, don't leave your keys in your gym locker.
AirTag.
There you go. That would be even better.
Well, the thing about this, the ES140, is it's almost like a miniature 335 or early L7. And so I'm sure you've played them as well. How do you think that compares? How would you describe the difference?
I honestly can't compare this to anything. I had some preconceived notions when I came in. It's like, okay, P90 maybe a little bit like a Les Paul Jr., hollow body, maybe a little like a 345. I wasn't sure about the neck profile. It's totally unique, which is what I love about guitars. I don't go for the standard thing. So it's unlike anything I've played, which makes it super cool. So thank you for throwing this out.
Oh, sure. It's almost like Gibson had this idea. Let's make a small body student guitar in the same style that we would make one of our more larger
It's-
16, 17-inch
Yeah, it's
bodies, and they just they shrunk it down.
yeah, it's beautiful. It's
Almost like they were targeting younger students. This is the guitar you're going to get. And one day when you grow up, you'll get a big one. Yeah.
there you go.
This one hasn't grown up yet.
It hasn't. So again, I thank you for choosing this guitar.
Oh,
It was kind of the perfect
Absolutely.
for me because I just
Yeah.
had never been exposed to it.
Oh, I'm glad.
I mean, this is probably Brazilian rosewood.
It is,
on
yeah.
the board.
Yeah.
Maple laminate and just beautiful construction. You know, all the seams are together.
Yeah.
Neck's straight as an arrow. And
Cool Gibson stencil up there.
still there. So the
Yeah.
guitar is in beautiful condition, and it has, you know, the natural crazing that I love on some of these old
Definitely
finishes.
old.
Yeah, but it's holding up better than me. So
So what were you doing in 1955?
let's see. I was waiting to be born, thank goodness, but what is it, 6 more years. Yeah,
Okay.
6 more years.
That's always the question.
Yeah. What was I doing in 55? Nothing yet,
Not much.
but soon.
Not yet, right?
But soon.
Just waited to get here.
Indeed.
Jay Poole, thank you so much for being with us today and demonstrating this incredible vintage instrument.
It's been a blast and an honor. Thank you so much for having me. A lot
You're
of fun.
welcome. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe for more episodes. I'm Sarah James. We'll see you next time.